Yeah, what's up, y'all? It's your brother Tray Chaney, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastards. Let's get it.
That's where the hottest is me. Who you know can sell a vibe without having to speak, having to reach. Most don't live half of their tweets, half of the week.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. We got a special off the porch edition coming today. We got my dog, Tray Chaney, back jumping off the porch with us today. What's up, family?
Hey, man, you already know what it is, bro. It's
Yes,
love
sir.
here, man.
Man,
Off
you
the
already
porch.
know, bro. It's nothing
My
but
brother
love,
for
man.
life. Yeah, man.
For sure, bro. And, you know, Tray, first off, bro, I just want to say thank you, for pulling up and sitting down with me. A lot of people know you from, your work that you've done on The Wire.
Yeah.
We Own This City.
Yeah.
Several other projects, films, television shows, your music, things like that. But today, what makes this conversation important is that we're not just going to be talking about your career.
Right.
We're going to be talking about life.
Yeah, bro.
And faith and spirituality and, everything dealing with that, man. Like, you've gone through, something that I don't think any of us could even imagine.
Right. Yeah.
And, so I just want to start by saying that, I admire your strength.
Thank you.
And you being open, about, the current situation that you've been, going through and everything and sharing your journey. And so today I just want to give you space to be able to reflect and not only on your legacy as an actor, artist, serial entrepreneur, but also, on how faith, resilience, and family have carried you through this storm.
Yeah, man.
And how you've weathered the storm.
Weathering the storm. That's what it is, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Like you started it off though, man. Like, I'm blessed to have a career in television, film, music. I've been in this business, as a lot of people know, for over 30 years. I started when I was 8 years old, and of course, my introduction to the world was The Wire. Playing Poot on The Wire for 5 seasons, and then after The Wire ended in 2008, moving to Atlanta to star as Kendrick Murphy on Bounce TV, Hulu's hit show Saints and Sinners, which lasted 6 seasons. After Saints and Sinners, of course, was We Own This City, me playing a cop with the same creators who created The Wire, David Simon and the crew. My partner in that series is David Cornsweat, who's Superman.
Right.
Now. Yeah, so playing police officer Gordon Hawk in We Own This City, the limited series. That was amazing, man. BMF, getting a chance to star on a show that we all could say that influence from The Wire.
Yes.
Some of the shows that you see today.
Yes.
So it was dope to be on BMF, and then starring on it with my brother JD Williams. You know what I'm saying? Like me and Bodie, Poot and Bodie, on BMF, you know what I'm saying, together, and Saints and Sinners. But my career, man, I thank God for it, that I was on shows that people actually talk about, because sometimes as an actor, you might get gigs that might last for a while and, years to come. You don't know how the people gonna receive them, but again, a show like The Wire, over 23 years later, still speaking about, who I portrayed on the show, where we shot it, what it meant to the culture. Just to be a part of the culture is a big deal for me. So yeah, man, I can't do nothing but be grateful and thankful for that.
Yeah, no, for sure. And you've been dancing and performing. You started out your career
as a dancer.
Yeah. And you were on Showtime at the Apollo.
Yeah.
Won that, 4 or 5 times?
Yeah, 5 times.
5 times.
Apollo. Me holding up money with Big Daddy Kane, who's still my OG to this day, who I've been able to, go on tour with, who I've been able to open for, people like him, Rakim, Slick Rick. Yeah, those are my guys,
And lately you've been posting dance videos.
Yeah.
And, really getting in your element.
And for me, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man, the dance videos are therapeutic. You know what I'm saying? And then it's doing what the guys who's too cool to do. I'm doing something totally different, And for me, it's again, it's therapeutic, especially with everything that I've been going through, that I've been able to endure. Every day is a learning experience. I was telling you earlier, I'm just getting a chance to know myself as a man, as a husband, as a father, as a protector, as a provider. And for me now, it's just one day at a time with everything. And whatever makes me happy, whatever is fulfilling and aligning with my purpose, which is to inspire and encourage as many brothers and sisters as I can through love, man, that's all I'm about. Like it ain't even, it's crazy to say this, and I don't mean this in a weird way, but it's not even about chasing. I don't gotta chase money. I don't gotta chase fame. I don't have to chase imperfect human beings. Now for me, it's the joy of waking up every single day and living and breathing. That's what my life is about right now, you know.
Really appreciating life, really appreciating even, you know, some of the things that we may take for granted on a regular basis. Like each breath that we're able to inhale and exhale.
Yeah, man. That's exactly what it is. When you experience something traumatic, devastating, life-changing, like me and my family did literally 3 months ago, you know, this is when you get a chance to understand who you are as a man, who you are as a person, who you are as a woman, you know, referring to my wife, who you are as a 19-year-old sophomore at Savannah State University, which I'm referring to my son, Malachi, Team Malachi for life, you know. But yeah, man, once you look death in the eye and you able to come out on the other side, meaning you able to still live and breathe after that moment of life just flashes through your eyes and flashes while you're in the moment, your perspective on life changes. So that's what's happening with me now, you know. I never thought that I would be off the porch speaking about surviving a tornado, you know, that destroyed my entire home. The winds, 135 miles per hour winds. And when I say destroyed the entire home, I'm talking about destroyed everything from everything in it, all my possessions, the car, anything that I thought was valuable in that house is done. And I woke up under the house, you know what I'm saying? I woke up under the house and I just remember my first words out of my mouth, like I told you, was, "Where's my son?" And just to kind of like take the viewers, man, on a journey of that day, May 29, 2025, 3:30 p.m. I remember waking up that morning because we were celebrating 23 years of The Wire. Yeah. So I'm doing press. I'm all over the TV. I'm all over the news. I'm on the radio in Atlanta. And
didn't you do a radio interview with Snoop?
Snoop from The Wire. That's my family. Like, it was me and Snoop's press run in Atlanta. Right. So, you know, me and Snoop and my son Malachi, because everybody knows Malachi loves to hang with his father. You know, since that boy was born, my son has been with me, you know. And he loves things like that, like press and different things of that nature. So me, Malachi, and Snoop, we did Big Tigger Show. Shout out to V103. And we were just, you know, having a great day, man. That day was incredible. And I remember Malachi saying, "Dad, I want to stop at Jimmy John's. That's where he used to, you know, work at before he went to college." And we, you know, we grabbed something to eat, man. We came home. I want to say it was like 3 o'clock, 3:30. Well, no, it was around 3 o'clock. And we were actually packing because we were leaving that night, the night of May 29th. Malachi turned 19 June 1st. And then my niece, Demi, she had graduated high school. So we were going to DC to just have a big celebration for the youngins in the family, you know? And Malachi's last words, I want to say like around 3:15 was, Dad, I'm getting ready to go in my room and play my video game. I know you going to go finish packing. So he went in his room, he shut his door, and I went in my room. And the rooms are upstairs. You know, it was a 2-story house out there in Locust Grove, Henry County. And like I said, man, it was drizzling that day, but no alerts on your phone that bad weather, you know, tornadoes, hurricane, whatever you could picture it for bad weather. And I remember it had to be around 3:30. I just went in my room. He shut his door. I went in my room. I sat on the edge of my bed, and I had my phone in my hand just like this, how I'm sitting here right now. And the wind just didn't sound like the wind. The rain didn't sound like the rain. And before you know it, my walls were caving in, flying towards my face. My TV, my big screen TV that was on the wall, mounted, was flying towards my face, bricks. And before you know it, you know, your first initial reaction is cover up. So when I do this, I can feel being hit by bricks, and I'm in it, you know, whatever this is, whether it's a hurricane, whether it's a tornado. Of course, we know it was the EF2 tornado, right? But I'm in it, and I'm watching my house crumble before my eyes. And literally, bro, the last thing I remember is levitating up in the air with my bed. It's almost like if this was my bed right now, I'm up in the air with it, and then it was like a blackout. But when I know I may have been unconscious, I want to say like a minute, because literally when I was able to open my eyes, blood, mud, and facing the ground on the grass, but I was covered in sheets because remember I was sitting on the edge of my bed. Right. So when I pulled the covers back, my roof gone. I looked to my right, anything that I pictured that I own, not there. You know, I thought this was a dream, but at that time it was, you know, the reality was really sinking in. And with the bricks on my back, with all of my whatever possessions that was left, which wasn't hardly nothing, when I slowly looked to my left, and I couldn't stop thinking about my son. I knew that's where his room was. So when I looked, this all I seen, pavement. So my initial reaction was I jumped up, you know, through the grace of God. Thank God that I was able to jump up and still have my senses. My neighbors was running towards me, and when they was running towards me, they like, Tray, calm down. Your house just got hit by a tornado. Like, So my first reaction out of my mouth, what I said, where's my son? Where's Malachi? And my neighbors was like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, my son was in the house. So the initial hunt for my son started. My second words out of my mouth is call my wife. Thank God that my wife wasn't in the house. She was at work, which was literally 5 minutes, 10 minutes around the corner. Wow. So all this commotion, you could think about all this commotion in your head right now. This is a real life movie. You seen the pictures of the house. Yeah. You seen the video footage of the crib being totally demolished.
The rubble.
Yeah, the rubble, all that debris, everything. Yeah. So with all this commotion that's going on, we still can't find him, right? We still can't find Malachi. So just think, I want to say, with all of the chaos, it's still pouring down raining.
Wow.
So at least 30 to 40 minutes of neighbors looking for him, I'm looking for him, then my wife pulls up. So when my wife pulls up, she, I could just see her like from where I'm standing, where I'm sitting right now to where you're at. And when her truck pulls up and she gets out of the truck, she's looking at the house that we had built in 2020. Right. Done. the first thing, you know, my wife does, she collapsed. Great thing that my neighbors were there to catch her, you know, because I wasn't nowhere near her at that time. And I've never heard her scream and cry like that in my life, you know. And once she was able to gather herself together, the worst thing that I've ever said to my wife when she ran up to me to make sure that I was okay, you know, when she asked, "Where is Malachi?" The worst thing that I could ever say to my wife as a father is, "I don't know where he is. I don't know where our son is."
Yeah.
You know, and
let me ask you this also.
Yeah.
When the walls were coming at you and
Yeah.
you know, you say you're covering up and you feeling the bricks hitting you, at this time, do you know that it's a tornado? Like, what are your thoughts? Do you remember your thoughts as it's happening? Did you know it was a tornado, or?
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I was asking God, what are we doing? I didn't know what to feel or what to know, you know. And even you bringing that up and me thinking about that, I'm like, I was in it, you know. So it's like, what is this carrying me through the air?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What I'm spinning around in the air of my house, you know, and literally I'm like, what are we doing, God? What are we doing, Jehovah? You know, like I'm like just asking questions, bro, and until it was a blackout moment, and that was the moment when I said, when I woke up or looked up in the sky, it was literally the sky. It was no roof. So I'm not in a house. I collapsed with my house.
Yes.
You know, so man, you know, I mean, when people think about like the streets or, you know, surviving the streets or, you know, anything that got something to do with going hard and all this type of, it's like, bro, I survived, me and my son survived the tornado.
Right.
You know, but that wasn't it though, you know, because even when they finally found Malachi, it was like a to see your child's face rearranged, to see him in pain, to see him screaming to the top of his lungs, crying. That too, you know, it's like, okay, we may have survived this 30 minutes just now of chaos, but now the next chapter starts.
Right.
Because
and I'm sorry to keep
Go ahead.
interrupting you, but how long was it when you guys did find Malachi?
it was at least 45 minutes to an hour. Yeah. Malachi, just to be clear, Malachi was thrown 300 feet, 100 yards, football field. So he was,
Wow.
and I spoke to a good friend of mine the other day, my friend Miko at Fusion Restaurant, and she said, "You're saying Malachi was thrown, but Malachi was carried with the angels."
Right.
You know, it's almost like you was carried because nobody, even me, you know, that roof didn't fall on my head for a reason. You know, I was able to get up. This right here, this conversation may not even be happening if that roof would have fell on me or if Malachi would have hit a tree. So it's almost like with us even surviving something like that, and God allowing, and the reason why I say God allowed this to happen, because what happened to me wasn't a godly act. This was just a natural disaster. This human nature.
Right.
So that's another thing that I used to speak to, or I speak to Malachi about, like if we get angry about the situation, it's like, well, we can't blame nobody. It wasn't like a nigga tried to run up on me, smoke me, hit my car, had you in the ICU. Nah, this was an act of nature. Nobody did this, you know, so, but like I was getting back to the point of how God allowed this to happen Because if you are a father, or if you a parent, or you a mother, like I said, I'm referring to my wife Aisha, when you have to look at your child, and the doctor's job is just to come in and tell you, to give it to you straight.
Yeah.
His injuries, broken neck, every bone in his face fractured. He has a titanium plate in his eye right now. Ribs broke, punctured lung, spleen, the biggest one, brain injury. He was bleeding on the brain. So this is what the doctor comes in and tells us when we get there, you know, and it's like, you know, that type of pain, bro, I couldn't even, they thought he would be a vegetable, or he, you know, he was going to transition.
Wow.
You know, so as a father, as my wife, as a mother, us looking at him like that for 2.5 weeks in Grady Hospital, that like I say, that's a whole nother chapter mentally, because now we have to not only deal with Malachi being what they consider disabled, but if you see him today, God working mysterious way, because he's healed.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, of course, with the brain injury, yeah, might be a little delay at times or every now and then, but you know, you survive the 300-foot toss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like whatever, but yeah. But to not only deal with that, and to deal with understanding that you might as well say that you're homeless, because you have nowhere to live.
Right.
Now you have to depend on insurance, which is a whole nother beast, because the thing about insurance, if you don't ask, they won't tell.
Right.
So this situation that I'm in to this day, you know what I'm saying? Even after May 29th, it's like every day I'm learning something new about what we should get for what the house is worth, what we should get for all the possessions being lost and gone. When Malachi officially goes back to college, Savannah State University, because he's healing, the accommodations that he'll need, getting another car, because the car was smashed under it. But when I tell you, bro, like the way things are working now, it's like my perspective on life now is I'm the example. You know, I'm the example of strength. I'm the example of no matter what the trials and tribulations or the traumatic, devastating, life-changing experiences you go through, it might sound crazy, but you gotta keep fighting every day, and eventually things will work out. Right now, insurance I got another car.
Yeah.
You know, me and my family will have another place to call home in the next couple of weeks. Insurance is taking care of what they're supposed to take care of, but this is after I had to fight for it. You know, because like you said, you don't wake up one day and say, hey, May 29, 2025 at 3:30, EF2 tornado, 135 miles per hour winds is going to destroy my home, and I'm going to tell you what to do.
Right.
So this was no warning. And it wasn't even no warning on your phone. Nobody got an alert to after my house was destroyed. That's how CNN, Good Morning America, NBC Nightly News, that's how all of them grabbed it, because I did the video, me still being in shock in the scrubs. This was after they had took me to Piedmont Hospital, but they had to take Malachi to Grady Hospital because his was more traumatic. So when we had to go back and pick my wife's truck up, you know, me doing that video is a moment in history. You know, I was in shock.
No, absolutely. Because you had went to the hospital, but then you came back.
I came back to the house because she had to
house.
get her truck.
Yeah.
So me even going back, it's like, I'm looking at my crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, we worked hard to build what the family, you know. But one thing that it showed me, which is the space I'm in now, it's like money, cars, clothes, jewelry, fame. It's you can't worship those things, man. Because in the snap of a finger, that shit could get taken quick. Sure. And I know it. I seen it. I had everything up until May 29th. Everything. You know, you was a part of it.
Yeah, for sure.
I had whatever. You might have money laying around in the house. Gone. Clothes gone. Underclothes gone. Everything you could think of. And
can't put the strength of the value that we put into material things.
Yeah.
You know, like
and now I understand that, because now for me, and I don't even want this to sound crazy, but I might be bigger than I ever been. Now the resources in television, film, music, it's like wow. But they're not looking at me for the talent now. I'm one of the chosen ones.
Yeah.
Malachi's one of the chosen ones. Aisha is one of the chosen ones, and our family is setting an example of how we keep it moving regardless of the circumstances. Because a lot of people right now, bro, they wouldn't be able to deal with this. A lot of my friends in this industry that I won't even name have came up to me and said, I don't know how the hell you deal with this. Because like I said, not only do you have to deal with your child, this 19-year-old son of mine spent his 19th birthday in ICU.
Right.
You know, he turned back into my newborn baby. You know what I'm saying? Almost like where he had to learn how to walk again. Shout out to Shepherd Center. Shout out to Grady Trauma Unit Hospital. They saved my son's life through the grace of God, and I'll never forget that. You know, and seeing him now, his trauma is what I guess you would call disoriented, because a lot of people don't know. Malachi doesn't remember May 29th through June 11th. Wow. He don't remember.
Wow.
So when this kid finally gains his consciousness on June 11th, after he completes Grady Hospital, they like, okay, well, he's ready to go to rehabilitation, and which is a miracle. When he gains his consciousness, he like, why am I here? And me and my wife are looking at him like, you know, it's like, whoa, what do you mean, why are you here? It's like, no, I'm ready to go back to Savannah State. Take this stuff off of me.
Yeah.
Malachi, you can't even hardly walk.
Right.
You got a neck brace on. And then explaining to him what happened. But with the brain injury, that's what it's all about. The brain is protecting him from the trauma.
Right.
And once I learned that, Malachi's brain injury is a diffuse axonal injury. It's the traumatic hit from, in his case, being thrown 300 feet, 100 yards, somebody falling on the ground, busting their head, whatever, you know, freak accident. But just learning, you know, I had to get to a point of now it's time to, I used to hate when people told me to be strong, because I used to say, we just showed you what strong was.
Come on,
you know, but now I understand being strong as a man, as a husband, as a father, protector, provider for my family, because you can't do nothing but show strength. Right. And really take action when it comes to strength. Like, okay, for these last 3 months, I still got projects, television, film projects on hold that'll be there. Right now, my main priority, I said, nah, my son, I gotta be there every single day by his side. So everything did stop for a minute. Like, I'm cool. I gotta wake up with him every day. I gotta take him to every appointment, and I have to dig into this and learn. And that's what I've been doing, man. And like I said, man, it's just the way the industry has been pouring out to me, man. I want to, Kenan Thompson, man. I had to shout his name out. I know he probably didn't want me to say it, man, but you know, after the first like 1 or 2, man, I really didn't know which way insurance was going to go. And Kenan Thompson from Saturday Night Live, legend, Good Burger, all that. He put me up in the Airbnb, bro, for for a nice amount of time, and me and my wife didn't have to worry about nothing.
Yeah,
I'll put
that's
it that
amazing.
way. You know, a lot of people, man, been reaching out. My Wire cast members.
Yes.
Snoop from The Wire. A lot of people don't know this. The day that it happened, May 29th, Snoop from The Wire came to the hospital. She seen my son with his face rearranged. Snoop came and cried with me, bro. Snoop prayed over my son. You don't, you know, like this ain't industry, you know what I'm saying? Like now I don't, in this industry, bro, like people like her, people like Snoop from The Wire, man, Wendell Pierce, David Simon, the creator of The Wire, like the stuff that my cast members, Hassan Johnson, Weebay, Slim Charles, A1, Big G Glover, my cast members been holding me down, bro, and they've been giving me my space, you know, because even you, I gotta give it to you too, Spitty, because you really, like I said, you know me, we like family, and but giving me my space, not that I didn't want nobody to call, but for the first couple weeks, bro, I didn't know what to say to people that love me without crying. Yeah. You know, because I don't, and it wasn't me being ashamed of what happened. It was just, I don't know what to say to my brothers and my sisters today. Yeah. Like, I don't know, you know.
It was difficult because I remember wanting to call you like as soon as it happened because interesting enough, you and I had been texting that day earlier that morning, and had been building on a couple of ideas and
you know, ideas that was being executed.
Yeah, and I remember you sent me a voice message, a voice text.
I did.
And was telling me like, hey, bruh, I figured this out. I put this together, put X, Y, Z together. Like, it's on and popping. Like, when you get back, hit me, and we gonna hit the ground running. And I got off the plane and, you know, saw all of this, what was happening. A bunch of people were hitting me up. Yeah. A bunch of people from Milwaukee, some of my family who knew that I knew you. And they're like, hey, your guy just went through a tornado and all of that. Like, have you heard from him? And I'm like, it was tripping, like, man, because I saw a video right before I got on the plane and wasn't sure if it was you, like, on a film set or something like that.
That's what a lot of people said, because, I mean, just think, man, like, somebody that you love, man, somebody that you got respect for, you don't want to see him like that. And even with this situation being as real as it is, it's like, man, I wouldn't want to see none of my peers, nobody I know, go through what me and my family going through. Because like I said, me and my family, with God allowing this to happen and us showing the strength and the perseverance and the consistency of just continuing to get better and better, you know, staying healthy. I'm staying in the gym. I'm eating right. Still writing. Still on movie sets. All of that. Like, it's almost like this type of trauma. The only way that I can show people how to get through this is even talking to somebody. And when I say talking to somebody, man, I'm in therapy 3 days a week. Yeah. I never thought Tray Chaney would say that I'm in therapy, because before this happened, my motivational videos, I felt like I was a therapist. Because people would say, yo, I work out because of your regimen. I eat because it is how you eat. I take care of my wife and my kids because you've demonstrated this online and you showed us this in person. And you know, when this happened to me, my mother-in-law, Taisha Greenwood, that's Aisha's mom, you know, everybody was already saying, Trey, man, you might need to talk to somebody, but it was just the way she said it, man. Like, maybe that second or third day in that hospital, looking at my son at ICU, I didn't know where my mind was getting ready to go. And thinking, if Malachi wouldn't be here, I didn't know where I would have went, bro. You know, you know, and that's just like me literally saying that. It is what it is. Like, if my son would not have made it, which he did through the grace of God, and I'm grateful and thankful for it.
Yes, sir.
But I just, wherever he would have went, bro, I would have went with him. That's real.
Now, as a father, you know, witnessing your son, you know, going through all of this, he's thrown 300 feet.
Yeah.
You guys find him 45 minutes to an hour later. What was it like standing by him through this recovery process?
It was the hardest, most emotional, devastating experience that I ever was faced with as a man. Because we talking about, you know, my son.
Yeah.
You know, my son is in my movies, Hidden Lies. You know, he on
Absolutely.
Tubi. You know, he's performing arts, Savannah State University. You remember when he went to college?
Yeah.
So to finish your freshman year, 3.5 GPA, then got his driver's license, driving, got a job, own money, and to be studying performing arts at this amazing school, Savannah State, to go from that, you know, to now ICU and they don't know if you're gonna make it. And Malachi was the one that took the hit. I woke up, all I had was a scratch on my head. So as a father looking at him, I wanted to trade places with him.
Yeah.
I wanted to be the one in ICU. I wanted to be the one that was feeling all of the pain that he was feeling, and he be the one off the porch speaking about me.
Right.
You know, because as a parent, you know, you don't want to see your child, I don't care how old they are, parenting never ends.
Right.
You know, it just never ends. However old your child, your son or daughter gets, it doesn't end. I still got my mother and my father, Skipping Lane, calling me at 44 years old saying, hey, you need to stop doing it. Yeah, because that's just what it is.
Yep.
So to see him in that condition, bro, you know, and then when he would kind of, you know, like wake up out of being sedated, you got to think all of those injuries, you had to be sedated.
Right.
How I could be crying, shedding tears, and then if he would wake up, I got to be, yeah, everything's,
Right.
you got to be like, everything good. You good.
Yeah.
You know, times where he would look in the mirror at his face and he would break down. I had to have those conversations as the father, as the caregiver, like, nah, you good, you got it.
Yeah.
You know, you just gotta heal.
Yeah.
You know, and that right there, bro, that right there, that's why I said, man, you know, people experiencing something like this, it's not for the weak.
No, for real.
It's not for the weak, because it's me going to therapy right now for particular things like that I just mentioned.
Absolutely.
Every single day for the last 3 months, I wake up and I think about being out of that house. You know, I wake up thinking about looking at him when the paramedics rolled him around and me and his mother collapsed, and looking at our son, but he was yelling. And one thing that the paramedic said, he said, Tray, I know y'all hysterical right now, but be glad that he's making noise. Because if he wasn't making noise, then you got a problem. So it was like the rebirth. It was like a baby being born.
Yeah.
You know, when a woman gives birth, if that baby's not crying, those doctors are panicking.
Yeah.
So I understood that, you know. Paramedic said, look, he broke up, he messed up, but he's yelling and he's making noise. If he wasn't, y'all have a bigger issue and a bigger problem.
Right.
That kind of eased my mind. So every time in Grady, the trauma unit, when I would look at Malachi, I would just be like, as long as he get up and make noise. If he gets up and he says, Dad, boom, all right, he living.
Yeah.
You know, But to go through that, my trauma, and the reason why I'm speaking to in therapy 3 days a week, my trauma is aggressive. This is the first time in 100 days where I know every detail that happened from May 29th to today. Every detail. And that type of trauma has to be unpacked.
Absolutely.
Because even speaking to you right now, this is therapy for me, because my therapist shared with me, you can't hold no shit like this in.
Right.
You gotta talk about it. You gotta continue to talk about it. You gotta get comfortable and familiar with what you went through. So now the test becomes a testimony.
Yes.
And my mission, my movement, my message now is just, it's bigger. People, if you don't know who God is, you looking at one of God's soldiers that fought a very, very tough battle, and now I'm on the other side of that tough battle, and I'm getting to see light at the end of the dark tunnel that I've been in. To see that boy walk back through them Savannah State University doors, to get a new place, to close deals, to, you know, for things to start coming back tenfold, it's like, oh, now I get it. It's like, now I'm supposed to be where I'm at right now. When I was going through it, I didn't understand it.
Right.
For the first month and a half, 2 months, I'm like, why? I didn't want to say why, but it made you question why. Why, God? What happened?
So let me ask you this, with you being someone who is high in faith, high in spirituality, during these circumstances, did it ever make you question God or question your faith at all?
To be honest with you, bro, I never questioned God. I never questioned my faith, and the reason why is because I got another shot. Living and breathing. Somebody asked me the other day what brings me the most joy. I think they thought that I was going to speak about my career. I'm like waking up, living and breathing.
Yes. Being
able to tell my wife, my son, my daughter, my granddaughter, my mother, father, and sister, and aunts that I love them. It's like, oh, so it's a two-part answer to that, because when I was in it, it's like, well, why? I couldn't even say why. It was like, how? So instead of questioning why, it's like, how did my house, the only house in that neighborhood, was the only house that collapsed?
Right.
And it happened to Tray Chaney. It happened to me. So it's like, you know, you go from, yeah, Spitty, we about to get this bread to do this, or talking to everybody in the industry, and it's like, wait a minute. It just, bro, it's the craziest thing, because it lets me know, again, I'm one of them chosen ones. Like for and this wasn't a local disaster. The world grabbed our story.
Yes.
The world. This is, you know, it's CNN, Good Morning America. This not little nothing. You know, so
no, this made national headlines.
So national headlines, and it's almost like, oh, Tray Chaney's in the industry. I want to be big. I want to do movies with Denzel.
Yeah.
I want to do movies with Samuel Jackson, Will Smith. It's almost like God said, you want to be big?
Here we go.
Here you go.
I got you.
I got you now. You nationwide. Yeah. And now you have to, you got to show what you really about. It ain't no folding. Bro. Yeah. It ain't no, I can't go sit in the corner and cry when this boy gotta go back to school. My wife gotta be taken care of emotionally, mentally, physically. I still gotta be the husband. I still gotta be the man. I still gotta be the father. So with all of this combined, it's like, there's where the strength came in. So I apologize to the people that said, yo, you need to be strong. Because at first I didn't understand it. I'm like, man, nigga telling me to be strong. Nigga, I just showed you what. Nah, this different level of strength that I have is God-given. It's God-given strength, and now we're here, you know, and I can tell you step by step, you know, what to expect from insurance, what to expect from the GoFundMe. I mean, because even with the GoFundMe that's out, as a man, pride, like I mean, because when I say I lost it all, I lost everything. So it wasn't just the house. It was the car. It was the clothes.
Yeah.
It was
All your
the
personal
jewelry.
belongings, yeah.
Money that was just, you know, under the mattress in the
Yeah.
gone. So it's like, okay. So when people started hitting up the GoFundMe, man, like Charlemagne and so many people, Will Packer, and you know, people like Kevin Hart sending messages about Malachi. It was like,
Yeah,
and
I saw Shaq send a
Shaq,
message.
man, Shaq, you know what I'm saying? Like all of them kind of was like, yo, Tray, you do realize you lost everything. So you do need, put your pride to the side. If you need something, ask. You know, and as a man, bro, that even broke me a little bit because I was like, yo, I ain't asking nobody for nothing.
Yeah.
But then it's like, nigga, how you going to eat? What you gonna go hustle it up while you going through all? No, I gotta be beside my son bedside at Grady ICU while they performing surgery on his face and him screaming and crying because his ribs are like, bro, the shit I'm going through right now is gangster. You know what I'm saying? And I don't again, I don't wish it on nobody, but at the same time, it's like, let me be the example for the next family.
For sure.
Head in the household, head of the household. Let me be the example for all the husbands out there, the fathers, to be like, yo, you gonna feel because we human.
Right.
We gonna feel, I feel every ounce of pain, you know, every day still about how everything life just changed. Because, you know, none of us wake up and just, and it's crazy the time we doing this, you know, around, this is a Thursday, around 3:30. This is when my life,
Yeah.
you know, I woke up that day with everything.
Yeah.
About 8 o'clock about 3:45, I was looking at this like, what, you know, and it was pouring down, raining. So that's why I said, man, God is amazing, bro, because just to be able to sit here and talk about the experience and get this off, it's like, man, it's a testimony for people to understand. I don't know too many people that's watching this right now that survived the tornado. I'm talking about that was in it though. And your child was in it, and your child was thrown with all the injuries, and now me and him doing press together.
Right.
Now he's Savannah State University, school, chilling. Dad win the next movie. Hey, who we gotta talk to next? CNN. Like, I mean, that's God, bro.
Yeah. What does being strong really mean to you now when you're battling PTSD and your son is still healing?
It's what being strong means to me now, man, while I'm in a battle, you know, like you said, every day with PTSD, it's opening up and having the courage to speak about it. Because if you hold it in, that's when mind start playing tricks on you. You can almost like hear the song in your head, like, yo, I should do this to myself. I don't want to live no more. I don't want to, nah. Look what you came out of. So that type of mentality is strong, and I build off of that. I don't let anything negative creep in, because what more can happen to me? You know what I'm saying? So now it's like my strength is next level strength. Nothing can be done on a small level no more. Everything is a high level.
Yeah.
You know, it's mental health, priority. Therapy, priority. Eating right, priority. Staying healthy, still being active, priority. That's my strength now, because it's no, like I said, what more can happen? I woke up under my crib 3 months ago. What was supposed to break me, what didn't kill me, made me stronger.
Yeah.
That's it.
Nah, that's real. And you said that God reminds us who's in control.
Yeah. Man, whoa.
Now, how's your faith carried you like through this storm and through everything you're going through?
I don't control anything. I don't control anything. Life is to be lived to the highest, fullest level, whatever makes you happy, whatever's fulfilling, whatever's aligning with your purpose. That's what you need to focus on every day. When things are going right, live in the moment, but please understand at any given time, like that, it could change.
Yeah.
That's what I understand now. This is not my, it's not Tray's way. It's God's way. It's not Tray's plan.
Yeah.
Because I had a bunch of plans leading up to the 29th. I had a bunch of plans, you know, schedule. And you know me, I'm a serious manifester. Because I've proven that. I've shown people, you know, how I've manifested things, right? So sometimes as a human being, that could get plugged in your head and you're like, oh yeah, this is gonna happen this day, and this is gonna happen that day.
Right.
May 29th showed me right there, you're not in charge, you're not in control.
Yeah.
This is my plan for you. Whatever you had planned on May 30th, it ain't happening no more. You get ready to spend the next couple weeks in ICU beside your son.
Yeah.
I might have been going out of town too much, being away from my family. I don't know what it is, and I'm not even trying to guess what it is, but I'm not in control, bro. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with God being in control, and I wake up every day and just ask God, what is it that you need me to do now? What do you want me to do? You need me to come speak about my experience so I can inspire and motivate somebody else? Yeah, okay, that feels good.
Yeah.
That's giving me that great energy.
And you mentioned therapy earlier, and also online, you've been encouraging people to make therapy a priority. Yeah, man. Why do you feel like mental health conversations, especially for Black men, are so critical right now?
Because we got so much boggled up in our head, you know, whether it's from childhood trauma, whether it's from the world that we live in, how things keep changing. Some men and women and children, they can't keep up. You know, so when you got so much stuff boggled in your head and it's cloudy and it's clogging, you got to release that in some type of way. And release doesn't mean getting high. Release doesn't mean drinking. Release doesn't mean sex. It just doesn't, you know, it's because temporary you're going to feel.
A lot of times we run to our vices.
We run to the vices, and that's the worst thing to do.
Yep.
Because when you run to the vices, temporary, you're gonna feel great. But when that vice or when that high wears down, that trauma gonna come at you like a vengeance.
Oh, yeah.
And it could take you, you know? Definitely. So for me, and remember I told you, I wasn't one of the ones that was promoting mental health or therapy. I wasn't on. Nah, I'm like, man, I'm a therapist. Shit, now, nigga, boy, now is every day, man. When my therapist, man, when they tell me, man, it's something about when they ask you, how do you feel? When a therapist, I don't care what we're doing now. When a therapist sits you down and they say, so Tray, how do you feel? I break down crying every time.
Yeah.
Because I don't, because it's a real question. Even though it's quick, you know. So how do you feel, bro? That's it.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Because to our homies, it's so easy to, you know, hey man, how you feeling? Oh, I'm all good,
I'm
no
good.
complaints, I'm straight. You know what I mean? Everything's straight. That's exactly what we said, man. I'm straight.
But people got to stop fronting.
Yeah.
Because nobody. I don't care who you are, you ain't 100% straight.
No, that's real.
I don't care who you are, and that's what I started to understand. Speaking to somebody, letting that out.
Yeah.
Of course, around the homies, the peers, oh yeah, I'm good, bro. I've seen too many times when a friend would say, I'm good. Man, that friend might take his own life, bro. Yep. I've experienced this in my life with friends.
Yes.
That I've been around, and I didn't understand it back then. I didn't understand it. It took something, you know, devastating, life-changing, traumatic to happen to me for me to say, oh, let me get this right, because if this, in the heart, if that ain't right, I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how many women you got. I don't care how many cars, jewelry. Bro, it ain't, and like I said, the vices, it's not going to take the pain away. It's just not. So me, again, put my pride to the side as a man saying, yo, now I want to talk.
Right.
Now I want to speak about what I'm dealing with, you know, and what I'm battling every day, because it's the helpless battle. Because when my son was thrown 300 feet, 100 yards, it was nothing I could do. And it wasn't my fault. I was in the tornado with him.
Right.
He was thrown on the other side. That helpless feeling will eat you alive. And that's what I'm unpacking now as his protector. From the moment my wife handed me Malachi, not my wife, the doctors, from the moment Aisha delivered Malachi, and those doctors handed me my son, it was automatic attachment.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So it's like 19 years later, a tornado, which we didn't plan, destroys our home, takes everything, and he suffers the worst out of it.
Yeah.
And it's like, now as a father, it's like my clinginess to him now, I'm learning in therapy, letting go of the rope. Because he is going to get better. He is going to be an adult. He is going to have kids one day of his own, married, whatever he does. So now it's the helpless feeling that I'm trying to unpack. And that's been a struggle with me to today. It's a struggle.
And especially, I mean, number one, as men, a lot of us just have that issue anyway. But when you a man who hustles the way that you do, the way that we do, when you, for more than half of your life, have been able to eat what you kill, you know, when you make a way, not dependent on other people to make a way, those moments when you don't have control are the most difficult.
Bro, and to be honest, and I'm glad that we speaking about that, because that's what I'm battling with now. The helpless feeling of not being able to, like, or wishing he was in the room with me at the time. If we would have transitioned together, at least I was holding him. If he was in my room, maybe he would have fell with me and not got a scratch. The house would have just been done. It's stuff like that, you know, why I see a therapist 3 days a week, because it's like I keep replaying it in my head. And it's, even if I'm having fun, even if me and my wife are traveling, if we're having a great time, if we getting money with our businesses, and at some point it creeps in, and it's like, well, you know, like you know what happened, and it's like, oh shit, I gotta talk to somebody, because I can't turn my back on my reality right now. It's no turning back. I have to face the pain. I gotta face the trauma. I gotta face my reality head on. And as a man, bro, like you gotta, it's a different level of strength, man.
It's like sometimes like reality sucks. Like,
bro, I'm telling you, it'll hit you hard.
Yeah, it hits you hard. You know, I've been in therapy 2 years now. I've spoken to you about that. And so it's been 2 years. I go once a week and have barely miss a week. You know what I mean? Even though a lot of times when it's coming up time to do my session, I get a lot of anxiety. Sometimes I want to cancel, because, you know, being critical about yourself is the most difficult, you know, thing to do. But one thing that constantly is in my mind, and of course you can never go back in time, but I always say to myself and to other people that I'm sharing about the therapy experience, is that I wish that I would have been open to going to therapy before I experienced trauma in my life.
Yeah.
I wish, you know, and that's what I tell other people, is that almost look at therapy like insurance. Like, okay, we got insurance, we got to pay for insurance, and you're like, damn, nothing has happened. Like, why do I got to pay for this insurance? But it's like, to understand why we're wired the way that we are, why we think the way that we think, why we handle trauma the way that we handle it, understanding our triggers and what, you know, puts us in these certain mindsets and make us react certain ways.
That's true.
I wish that I would have known that and would have been able to hone in on that before I ever experienced trauma.
Yeah,
you know?
bro. And I recommend that type of advice for anybody, because again, I keep saying this, I was one of those ones. I did not feel I would ever have to talk to anybody. Because I felt like even my parents, I'm like, oh yeah, my parents, I got great parents, I got great uncles, and I got people that's in business, and you know, but in the beginning you mentioned, I don't know nobody else in our circle, or nobody else personally that went through what I'm going through now. Like, so even when you talk to somebody, it's almost like the best thing that somebody can just say is, bro, we praying for you. Yeah. Because you can't say, man, I know what you're dealing with. Nah. That can't be my conversations with people saying, yo, I know what you're going through. No, you don't. Nah, you would never know what I'm going through. Even when I rant sometimes online, I might rant because, you know, what happened to my home, the state didn't declare it a natural disaster. Right. It didn't meet the capacity of what they felt was a natural disaster. So that makes it harder for me, even if it came to federal assistance, disaster relief funds, nothing.
And insurance is gonna find every loophole
to not do what they supposed to do. But that's why I said this has been wake up. What's on the schedule today? Me and my wife. It started as a rat race, and because every day, okay, you handle this part, I'm gonna handle this part. You handle this part, I'm gonna handle this part. I gotta get on the phone and cuss this person out because they not doing what they supposed to do, meaning insurance. Oh, what about the HOA? Well, we didn't have this at first. Now but then all of this in Malachi is still trying to learn how to walk. Yeah. So it's like, some days, bro, I learned this in therapy. I'm not putting too much on myself in one day. I'm not doing it. Whatever I can handle, I'm handling it. When it's time to cool down, I'm done. I'm not, whatever else needs to be handled can be handled tomorrow. Yeah. I don't have time to go crazy because that shit will drive you insane.
Absolutely.
With what I'm dealing with. So that's why I said, even when people say, yo, we know what you did. Bro, you don't know about this rat race. You don't know about moving 7 times in 2 months. Because insurance is putting you in different places. And then when you don't want to stay there, then you got my brother, Keenan Thompson, there to say, yo, I got you for the next 2 months. You know, it's just.
Yeah, because you were moving hotel to hotel. I remember you posting about that.
Yeah, and that's why I said being open about it and sharing it, this is what it is, you know?
Absolutely.
And now, this storm is starting to become the most beautiful story ever because we literally weathering it and we overcoming. And now I look up to the heavens, man. When I'm praying every day, man, I say, now I get it. I get what you were doing. Because like I said, I thought I was in control. Bro. Yeah. None of us are in control. None of us are in control of the next hour. Yeah. We think, you know, after this, I'm gonna go. Nah, bro. Grateful and thankful. Whatever we got planned, it happens. It happens. That's what's up. But now I'm approaching things with ease. Yeah. Like, okay, I'll be here today. you know.
Right.
I'm praying.
Yeah.
I pull up and I get to come in here and fellowship with my brother Spitty.
Yes, sir.
Because I know what planning is now.
Right.
Planning is having my clothes packed on the morning of the 29th, and then everything's gone.
Yeah.
And now the next day I'm in ICU for months, and it's like, oh, so whatever movies, deposits, you know, people are like, and not that they wanted to do it, and I ain't gonna mention no names, but a couple of folks, you know, yo, I know you can't do this no more, but can I still get that deposit back? Yeah, gangster. You know, like the money that I had to kick back to people that may have had me booked for something. They send you a deposit. Yo, I know you're going through your situation, but I need that deposit back.
And that's such
And with ease,
yeah.
here
you go.
You can have it
Yeah.
back.
And it's
because it's not even it's not. That's the thing.
Yeah.
My
That's almost the least of your worries.
I would have
too,
been
but-
mad if none of this would have happened and somebody would have asked for it back. But even when I'm going through hell, a person that may have booked me or wanted their money back from a deposit, I'm gonna give you this back with ease.
Nah, for sure.
And I'm gonna register it too though,
Yeah.
because it ain't money. You want this little bit of money? Go ahead, take that money.
Yeah.
Cause right now, where God got me at, I'm cool, bro.
Yeah. Nah, for real.
You know,
God's got bigger plans.
I got other things
Yeah.
that I'm gonna remember how you handled that situation. You know.
Yeah.
You know, because the money might be, yeah, I need that money back, and it's like, yeah, all the money that I might have had up to the 29th, that shit gone, bro. And then you get it back tenfold in other ways.
For sure.
So that's why I'm, now my logic on even, like I told you in the beginning, I don't got to chase no more.
Yeah.
I don't got to chase jobs. They coming.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
God gonna make sure I'm good.
Yeah.
The jobs are coming. Whatever money that was lost, it's coming back.
Yeah.
You know, whatever opportunities, people that I'm in business with, it's like, oh, this is what it was about. It's
Right.
We almost died. Like it's almost like the sacrifice.
Yeah.
Of sacrifice, whatever, to gain.
Yeah.
To go higher.
No, for sure. And speaking on that, like the bigger opportunities come in, and we spoke about people like Shaq and Kevin Hart and Kenan Thompson and other people supporting, and this being national headline news. How do you process that bittersweet attention, knowing that it came out of tragedy?
It's luckily, the great part about that is the relationships that I had before this happened. It's easy to process now, because it was already people like the guys you just mentioned. I got messages from people like that, whether it was throughout the years,
right?
So them actually stepping up now, saying, "Yo, we feel, we got kids." Now, I'm not looked at as Tray Chaney, the actor. It's not. This is Tray Chaney, the human being that just lost everything and almost lost his life and his son, and whatever his wife is going. So I don't even think my approach now. Well, not think. I know the approach that these brothers and these sisters in this industry are coming at me with now. It's genuine, bro. It's genuine now, because it's like, it's probably even more genuine than it was before this happened. Like relationships, we might have been on business relationships then. Now it's like, damn, it happened to somebody we know.
Right.
And this wasn't no set. This wasn't no movie set. Me flying in the air, Superman, Captain America, none of them niggas got nothing on Malachi. You know what I'm saying? Like the real superpowers when it come to even me mentioning my son's name. It's like Malachi Chaney, man, messenger of God. That's what his name stands for. And it's like, to look at him heal the way he healed, hey, bruh, it's nothing else but anointed. It's a different level of spirituality, and now I get it. I'm just getting it though, because like I told you at first, I didn't understand it, but now I'm like, even myself, like my father, Skip Chaney, man, he mentioned something the other day to me that really hit me. He said, man, the roof didn't fall on you. He said the roof flew in somebody else's yard. The roof didn't cave in on you.
Right.
He said Malachi was thrown/carried. He was like this when they found him. He didn't hit the tree and crack in half. He said, so gratitude. Gratitude is my attitude now.
Yes, sir.
Now it's just like, oh, if you don't know who God is, you better get to know him today.
Yes, sir.
Because it's no other way that I'm sitting here right now even speaking about that. And even people watching this right now, man, you could Google our names and the first thing to come up is the house.
Yeah.
You looking at the house destroyed. That's the first thing you see, you know? First time I'm mentioning this on here, we working on a docu-series right now, Reborn After the Storm. Malachi Chaney, my son, he came up with the name.
Word.
He producing that joint.
Yes, sir.
You know, me and my wife are executive producers of it, and there's some other people that I can't mention right now. This really, you know, because it's, you know, a lot of the stuff that I post with Kai now, y'all are seeing him better.
Yeah.
But the footage that I have, bro, I got the footage of having to look at him how he looked, and it's not pretty. It's real.
Wow.
And looking at that, to us sitting beside each other on the news, and him talking and laughing and eating what he want and kicking it with his homies, and that actually does something to me mentally too. And I'm not even going to say, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's not a such thing as good and bad when it comes to seeing that, because it's just like, God, like what? How did you?
Yeah, like seeing him get, like I remember seeing him getting his hair cut and all of that, and
Bro.
I was looking at the phone, I'm cheering like, yes,
Yeah,
okay,
but
yes,
bro,
my dog is.
Even seeing that, it's just like, oh, now I get it, you know.
Yeah.
Now I understand life a little more, you know.
No, I can dig it. Now, you said also, you're not a real hustler if you don't, until you lose it all,
Yeah.
and then get it back.
Get it back, yeah.
How do you see yourself rebuilding, and not just your home, but your whole life chapter?
Well, you know, that statement is the realest thing ever. You never can be a real hustler. You can't call yourself that until you lose it all and you get it all back. And it comes in different ways. In my case, I lost everything in front of the world. The world seen it, you know. So the bounce back this currently happening right now with going harder, with and being strategic and really being able to give people my story with the product of the fragrance, with the product of the Team Malachi
Yes, sir.
stuff, with the product of my book and my films that's out. It didn't do nothing but make me go harder on the business side of it. It's like, y'all, this is what I've always been about. And I'm not letting the EF2 tornado, 135 mile per hour winds that destroyed everything and took everything, destroy that hustle mentality. It's not going to do nothing but get bigger. If you was a hater of Tray Chaney, if you didn't like certain things that I did back then, you really not going to like it now. Because now, like I always say, what's the worst that can happen? I mean, surviving that, of course, death, okay, yeah, but while I'm living and breathing on this earth right now, that hustle done multiplied 10 times. ChaneyWay.com right now, my website, is global, bro. Like it's the products on there, from merch to my album to the documentary to my YouTube page, which you were a huge influence on helping me build my YouTube channel. Now I'm giving people the real me. Now you're really getting, you've always got it, but now you saying who the real Tray Chaney is, that's still got to go through traumatic, devastating experiences, and not once did I break.
Yeah.
I haven't broke once. So now, you know, like pumping my product, man, and really being tuned in with the people. That's what it is now. Yeah. It's an aggressive hustle.
Yeah. No.
In a good way though.
Yeah, absolutely. No, for sure. I mean, you one of the biggest hustlers, and in a all the way positive way that I've met and that I know. And I've told you on several occasions how much you inspire me in different ways. I mean, you know, even, you know, we've shared game and you've thanked me for, you know, giving you advice on certain things, but then I will turn right back around and be like, yo, the reason why I'm in front of the camera talking and why I took that fear away from me is because how I see you moving with no fear and no shame and no, you know what I mean? Like just believing in yourself and having that confidence, man. So, you know, that's just so strong. And I think also the people, I think that they're gravitating to you even more now because, you know, when we as people look at other people that we view in a higher position or you know, in a position doing things, you know, people look at you at one point in time, man, that's Tray Chaney from The Wire. Man, this is an actor. Man, this dude is famous. Man, the world is his oyster. Of course he can tell us to try hard and to do this and do that. And it sounds good. But then when you have circumstances that then put you right in the same scenario as the common man who's looking at you online and they see you going through tragedy, going through adversity, and they see every aspect of you showing positivity, but then you venting and showing that, hey, every day isn't just roses and peaches and cream. Every day isn't sweet. That makes people connect even more and just be able to say, like, you know what? If this dude is going through this and it seemed like he's rebuilding his life, then man, my problem's not as bad and I can do it.
But that's my point. Nobody in my circle, nobody outside of my circle can speak to me about problems, you know, especially if it's not to the capacity or the level of what I've been experiencing, what I went through, what I've had to endure, what I've had to overcome and continuing to overcome. It's the adversity, the struggles. I always say you don't know if you're a real man or you don't know if you're a real woman until you have to be that.
Yes.
You know, people might think they strong and they got all this courage and to stand up. Until it knock on your front door, like it did me, that's when this is when the chapter starts. You know, like the tornado was one thing, but it's now after. Now what you about? That happened worldwide. Now what? So that the now what for me was always in my mind while I was in this. It's almost like, God, please let me wake up, let Malachi unfortunately go through what he gonna go through to see us on the other side now as a family. Now the connection with people is like, yo, if him and his family, him and his wife still smiling, laughing, oh, the family out, I can't do nothing on a small level ever again, bro. Because things have happened in my life where it could have took us. You know, it could have been detrimental in so many ways. Like everybody around the world would have, I couldn't imagine, you know, just like, man, so now Be that. Be the example. Be that example now. These are the conversations I have with myself.
Yeah.
Like, nah, man, you gotta get out there and show people what's up. You know what I'm saying? Show people what you made of, bro, because people not gonna know who you are, the real you, until you go through something.
Yeah, for sure.
Tragic. Because you could put this up against whatever somebody has been through right now. Like I said, I mean, death, that's different, transitioning.
Right.
But if you putting this up against somebody that's did some time, got out, you know, survived this, survived that, beat cancer, you know, me and my son surviving this EF2 tornado, you could put that next to the biggest trial, you know, because like I said, it wasn't just seeing him like that. It was like, where we gonna live?
Right.
Why, you know, thank God we had insurance. What if we didn't have insurance? What if another person wasn't Tray Chaney? Or what if it's a person right now who don't got the voice, who don't got connections to Shaq, Charlemagne, Will Packer, Keenan Thompson, Spitty, what if it's a person? And that's why I'm proud to announce, man, I'm starting a nonprofit organization now, because I want to help people really understand this is what you got to do immediately if something tragic happens where you so-called lose a home or your child is in the hospital for a brain injury. I just want to provide the resources and the finances for people, bro, to be like, instead of y'all waiting 3 months like I did to get stuff, off the rip. So your mind can be at ease while you taking care of a loved one. That's what it's about, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm putting this together now, man, and I'm really passionate about like wanting to help somebody now, because I've been through so much stuff where I had to learn as I go, you know, 'cause like I told you in the beginning, we didn't wake up one day and Spitty was gonna be getting a call that your man just his house demolished. Like, who knows what, you know, what the average person would do that don't got nobody.
Yeah. And
I want to help those type of people. Like, if you in a circumstance or situation like that, man, I want to see what that's like to be like, yo, here go a 6-figure check, man, to ease your mind.
Yeah.
You know?
For you to have gone through what you've gone through and have the mindset, even while you're still rebuilding, to want to help other people, like that's only God speaking through you, man.
Bro. It's because now I understand what my mission and my movement is. Now the message is, okay, God looked out for me. You know, he looked out for me and mine. He's still looking out on a high level. So now why wouldn't I want to? It's making me. It put me in a give back mode, and that's the thing that a lot of people probably wouldn't necessarily do. You know, this happening, you want to just focus on you, yourself, your wife, your kid. Of course, I have those times, but it's like, me and my wife talk I'm like, babe, it's somebody out there that ain't me, that lost everything, that don't got nobody to get on social media in front of 4 million people and say, yo, donate to Tray.
Yeah.
Charlemagne the God, man, that dude right there, man, special brother, man. Like, I'm talking, and we had just been on Breakfast Club maybe 2 weeks before that happened. So I've been on Breakfast Club years ago too, but our relationship, man, like, and I don't got to talk to bro every day, but when bro say he gonna pull up for you, that's a real brother, man. Everybody that you name, I'm not just Tray Chaney, the actor or the artist. Take that part of it out, you know, the human side of people. I'm into that now. I don't want to talk about industry or business with anybody no more, because it'll be there whether you're here or not. Industry gonna be there, bro. You know?
No, for sure. And what would you say is the message that you want people to walk away with, you know, after hearing your story of survival and resilience?
Man, the message that I want people to walk away with is put God first in anything you do. I don't want that to be questioned, you know, when it comes to that. Putting God first in stand down until you come up. And the reason why I say that is because light will be at the end of that dark tunnel. If you're living and breathing, you have a way to change your situation by your outlook being positive on whatever it is. Look at the good in every single negative thing. The good in my situation is we live through it. So I'm able to talk about it. So 1 million people that's watching this is going to be inspired by, okay, oh, he mentioned about insurance. All right, let me get on that. It's information. It's almost like being a teacher. It's like, look, I'm going to teach y'all what I had to learn on my own. You know, so just really, man, every day, man, never giving up, putting your best foot forward, man, even though you go through trials and tribulations, struggles and hardships, it's not all bad, you know? And I keep on stressing if you living and breathing, because it just gets greater, bro. It gets greater in the long run.
Yeah, no, I can dig that. I know, even speaking on the insurance, up in Milwaukee, where I'm from, there were like some big floods recently. And a few people that I know, you know, lost a lot, you know, in their homes, because, I mean, there were like over like 3-4 feet of water, you know, going into their basements, and some people even going up to like the first level of their home. So, and the main thing I was hearing a lot of people say was that they had insurance, but they didn't have flood insurance.
Yeah.
So, you know, they weren't able to get certain help, and just didn't know how to, you know, get certain resources and things like that. So, no, I just think that having more people just putting that out there, I mean, you talking about that, it's just gonna make people think about things a little more, and, you know, just, I mean, because you have to be prepared for that, you know, that just in case.
And nobody's never prepared for something that serious.
Right.
But at the same time, what the information that I provided, I just want people to understand that. And another point I want to make, man, is cherish your loved ones. Because you never know what a person is already going through or what they're getting ready to go through. That's like us, you know. Me and you were building.
Yeah.
You didn't expect to get that call, bro. But it's almost like we don't have time to hold grudges against people. I don't have a problem with nobody. It's like it changed my perspective on life in so much of a way where whatever's small, like small talk conversations, I don't got time for it. I don't got time for issues. If we can't sit up here and be men and talk about whatever we might feel and get past it and move on and make this world a better place. Perspectives on lives now, it has to be, you got to be willing to communicate, man. Communicate in this, because life is serious. You know, life can get very real in the snap of a finger.
Absolutely.
I know it. You know, I know it well.
I've been seeing you back working, back moving around. I saw you at a premiere recently for the movie Ballin'.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I played Detective Hall in the film Ballin', man. Shout out to my brother Chris Gotti,
Yes, sir.
Rich Black, Julian Booth, man. Man, we had so much fun on that set. Lance Stevenson, that's my brother, man. He's a star of it. Rebecca J, Safari. You know, we got a long list of great cast members, and we had fun, man. I played Detective Hall. They keep, you know, giving me these police officer roles. That's probably because they see me and We Own This City. Yeah. You know, but I had fun, and I'm also an associate producer on that.
Oh, word.
You know, When Worlds Collide is getting ready to come out. Okay. Anthony Clark, you know, our brother Anthony Clark and Dana Freeman, you know, those guys produced that. My man Deron Alexander, Al, who directed it, and Omar Soto, who's the director and filmmaker of that, man. I've been having a lot of fun, man, just shooting these projects still, and they getting ready to come out. And with me and Food with the Camera, we been talking about Hidden Lies 2. You know, we getting ready to start production on that. So I've been having a lot of fun, bro. I've been having a lot of fun, man, and the album is doing good. You know, it's on ChaneyWay.com, and just really like doing things that make me to get back to some type of normalcy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and then I saw another movie, Run, that's directed by Chris Stokes.
Yeah, Chris Stokes. I'm not in Run. I just supported Chris Stokes and Marcus Houston.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Over at Footage Films, they did Run. It's in theaters. Erica Pinkett, you know, Erica Mina, those are my sisters. They in it. And I had fun, man, just seeing that, man. It's a great film, man.
Gotcha.
And Footage Films, Chris Stokes. Chris Stokes.
Yeah.
Those guys, man, they doing their thing.
Word. No, that's what's up, man. And what else you working on? What else you got coming up that you can speak on? I know you got the unisex fragrance.
Yeah, man. So the Our Body unisex fragrance is called Our Body. My wife, you know, she created it for me at first, but then once I smelled it, she said, "This for men and women." I said, "We got to package this thing up." And man, it's been doing great across the globe. You know, it's not sold in stores. You taught me this, like me direct to consumer communication with, you know, selling my product. It's on ChaneyWay.com. And then of course, you know, we got the Team Malachi merch that's really supporting Malachi, man, on his own line of just his story being impactful. And then the documentary, Undeniable, the Tray Chaney story, I decided to go to my YouTube channel to put that out.
Okay.
Tray Chaney 1 YouTube channel. People could subscribe to that and watch that. And like I said, man, just these movies that we get ready to go into production with like I said, Hidden Lies 2. We're getting ready to start that this month. And then, you know, When Worlds Collide is on the way.
Yes, sir.
That's coming out. And just, man, just my ears just to the street, man. And I'm just really out doing a lot of community work, man, giving back, speaking, doing speaking engagements to uplift people who might be suffering, man, from depression or anxiety, and just let them know my situation. It could have broke me, but now I'm ready to just uplift them and encourage.
Word. No, that's what's up, man. Well, Trey, like I said in the beginning, bro, I appreciate you pulling up, sharing your story with us. You know, you've been open through your journey online, but I appreciate you allowing off the porch, allowing me, you know, to be one of the first people to talk to you and really be able to unpack this story. Yeah, especially when, you know, I know, like, you know, you could have went to CNN or Entertainment Tonight or something, or you could have, you know, went anywhere, but for you to come and, you know, talk to the people, talk to the streets, connect with the streets, and you know, really, you know, just bring your story here, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, bro.
And
thank you, man.
I love you, man.
Love you, bro.
You know,
for life,
we gotta push that, you know, to our brothers, to our sisters, like on the tip of just us not knowing like what tomorrow holds, and we got to make sure that we all know where we stand right then and there, and be comfortable and, you know, showing love and you know, all that. So hey, man, appreciate you pulling up, jumping off the porch with us, man.
Love you too, Spitty, man.
Yes,
for
sir.
real, man. You definitely one of them ones, bro. I came here first when I was premiering my music, and you were the first to do the interview here in Atlanta. So yeah, man, anytime,
Yes,
bro.
And you got any shout outs that you want to give before we get out of here too?
Nah, man, I just want to thank everybody out there around the world who's been supporting. There's so many people to name. Man, keep reaching out. We're going to keep connecting. Tray Chaney Vision is my IG. Follow me on Instagram. Twitter is @Tray Chaney, TrayChaney. And ChaneyWay.com. That's where everything is. It's one hub with all of my stuff, one-stop shop. And man, y'all just keep on supporting, man. It's love.
You move like you're fully aware. Talk to me now. I promise if I said it, then I mean it. I'm rocking with the genius. Flows be the meanest. I'm tired of being